Wait, hang on.
We look like twins.
Oh, sorry.
Hello everyone and welcome to Always on Film, powered by Transmission Roundhouse.
Coming up on today's episode, we're recapping all things the BAFTAs, and we're also talking about all of the nominations and the winners and the categories in comparison with the upcoming Oscars. Enjoy.
Hi everyone.
Hi guys.
I would still like the toast conversation to be featured.
I can do that for you.
Are we
I
just
can put
thank
that
you.
right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just clarify. This is kind of a weird take too.
Yeah.
But I'll put it at the end after we say thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
This is a really fun start to our episode.
Yeah. I'll be like, thanks for watching the episode. Listen to us chat about toast. And then I'll put in our
And it's
fake
me
intro
being
at
like,
the end.
I have a really fancy avocado.
Great. You didn't say it was avocado.
It was
No way.
I know. I smashed some avocado and put some salt and pepper on it.
So that's a
'cause I was
5 out of 5.
That's nice.
I had a lovely time.
What
Yeah.
toast was it?
It was I don't know. It was a fancy bread that
Sourdough?
We freeze bread though.
Yeah, same.
So it was a seeded bread.
A seeded frozen
A
bread.
seeded frozen
Nice.
bread
Nice.
that I defrosted and put some avocado on.
Nice.
Very nice.
And I also had a coffee.
Nice.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I know I feel really shit about myself. No, I'm kidding.
I had a bit of a morning, so I was like, let's have some actual food
Yeah.
before I come here.
No, as you should.
I feel like every time we talk about each other's mornings, everyone's had a morning.
Yeah.
I fear every morning
Yeah.
is a morning.
It's just getting
It's
better.
morning.
I actually
Yeah.
had quite a nice morning
Yay.
for the first 20 minutes.
Yay.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
It was a
go.
nice 20 minutes. And then I got
Yeah.
disturbed.
Oh.
Well, the BAFTAs happened.
The
Yeah.
BAFTAs.
Well-
The BAFTAs.
The BAFTAs happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With.
How did we watch them? Did you, because me and Lou watched it together.
Yeah.
You were not with us.
No.
Sadly.
I unfortunately had to work that evening, but I got to watch some of it. I live streamed most of it while I was getting ready. It was actually kind of nice. I just had it on my iPad. It's kind of how I used to watch it when I was
Yeah.
younger, so I felt a bit nostalgic just
Aw.
having it on my
Yeah.
iPad while I was like tottering around my bedroom
Yeah.
and listening in, tuning in here and there, and
That's very cute.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was actually quite nice.
Well, shall we go through the categories? Is that a good way of
Yeah,
talking
so
about?
I have my little notebook.
Yeah.
We'll go through the BAFTAs
Mhm.
and compare with the Oscars, which is
Yeah.
coming up, and go through who won and what we think.
Yeah, I like that. Should we look at the SAGs as well?
Yeah, because that's soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's on the
Um,
1st. So that's when's the first Sunday?
Wow.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday already. Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Crazy.
Very quick turnaround.
Oh, is it actually the SAG Awards or have they changed it?
Yes, it's now
They've-
the Actors.
Awards.
Yeah,
right?
they changed the name. It's no longer
Oh
the
yeah.
SAG Awards.
Actor Awards presented by SAG-AFTRA.
Bit awkward if you win like, excuse me, if you win like screenplay and then it's here's your actor award.
I guess it's
Oh.
because it's Screen Actors Guild. So
Yeah,
it's
true.
always been the Actors Award. Like they've just I don't think a
just-
lot
well, they
of
call
people
it the-
were actually
yeah.
aware of what SAG actually stands for.
Should we do actors first?
Yeah, we can.
So let's go supporting actor
Sean Penn.
was it kind of a surprise of the evening.
To me,
Yeah.
it honestly really was. I mean, he was great in that film, no questions asked. But I really didn't. I thought it was going to go to Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah, I thought it was going to go to. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't seen Sentimental Value yet. I
Yeah.
will be shortly, but I've heard so many people rave about his performance in that.
mhm.
I really thought it was going to go to Sentimental Value, but I really liked Sean Penn's performance in one battle after another.
I did too. It was
Yeah.
yeah. It was like a surprise, but a quote unquote welcome surprise.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like but the BAFTAs
Yeah.
go rogue sometimes anyway.
I love
And we
it.
were saying,
Yeah.
I really like it too.
I love it when that happens because I think things can get a bit boring. When,
Yeah.
Well,
If-
because you're just like, yeah, of course that person's gonna win.
Oh,
So
if
I
it's a
think-
bit predictable, it kind of loses the
Yeah.
excitement and the buzz
and the
whilst you're watching it live.
anticipation of
Yeah.
Why do you keep coming to watch these ceremonies? Because you're the expected winner might not always win.
Yeah.
And so when something like Sean Penn wins, a bit awkward because he wasn't there,
Mm.
but you're like, oh my God. And we watched it with a group of people.
And I
you-
think like 1 out of 15 had put him down.
Yeah, we had like a ballot
Mm.
sheet that you filled out
Yeah.
to sort of put your guesses in. So I think it makes it exciting. I'm not that I'm saying awards are boring, but
No,
I
and I think it's not about not even for me about predictability, because like, for example, like Jessie Buckley, I know I'm taking this like, we're going to talk about it in a second, but I mean, she was just, everybody in that category is deserving of that award, but
for
she
sure.
is like the one person where I was
Yeah.
like, I've very rarely seen a performance like that.
Yeah.
So like
And
that's
it's
a
kind of,
it kind of like was a no-brainer.
especially when it's a performance that you don't actually know if you could watch it again. I can't even remember the last time I felt like that watching a film. But yeah, it's like, it's so haunting. I feel like I can remember every single detail of her performance after one watch, and I don't need to watch it again
Yeah,
for me to remember how good she was in it.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but Sean Penn was surprising. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who's up for supporting for
It was
for the Oscars?
for Oscars, interestingly, Paul Mescal has not received
Yeah.
a nom.
Oh, he's not.
no,
He was nominated
not
for
an Oscar.
BAFTA though, right?
Yes, he
Okay,
didn't get one at the
interesting.
Oscars.
Interesting.
So for Oscars, it's Benicio del Toro,
Yeah.
Jacob Elordi,
Mhm.
Delroy Lindo, Sean
Oh,
Penn again, and then
yeah.
Stellan Skarsgård. So kind of,
Okay.
um,
I mean, oftentimes I feel like, especially with the BAFTAs and the Oscars, they do like overlap in some points, but they like not often is it like alignment on all of the awards. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to get it.
Yeah.
Because I think this year is a very strong nomination year.
And
I
it's been
agree.
Like,
so
it
neck
really
and neck
is.
with
Yeah.
Sinners and One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
And they're kind of consistently doing
Yeah,
this, aren't
exactly.
they?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, especially
Yeah.
because One Battle After Another led the nominations for the BAFTAs, but Sinners obviously made
Yeah.
history and led it for the
Yeah.
Oscars. So
Which I'm really hopeful. I love that movie. I love that cast.
I know.
And then
Yeah.
nice little segue
Into
is
actress.
Wumi Masaku,
Oh, Queen.
which I think is my favourite win of the evening.
Yeah.
I know that's
Yeah.
a weird thing to say, like, what's your
No,
favourite win of
but-
the evening? But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was beyond thrilled that she
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
it.
me too.
Yeah, me too.
For some reason, I didn't think she was supporting. Like, her character was she had such a big impression
It
on
was
me that I was
so-
just like, I
Yeah.
thought she'd be main.
I think that-
ensemble,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's
Yeah.
an ensemble
Yeah.
film, which I think when you start other than obviously Michael B. Jordan, who played two people.
Yeah,
of
So,
course.
yeah, of course.
Well, he's like, I guess he's considered the like main lead in the film. Even though I'd
Miles Cand.
I'd
Yeah.
argue and say that Miles Catton is just as much a like leading role, but then also so's the rest of the cast if you're looking at it from that point of view.
Yeah.
So it's hard to categorize it. I'm just happy so many people got a nomination for it.
Yeah.
And I it's just like her speech was wonderful.
Yeah.
And I saw that you reposted on TikTok actually when she did her winner's speech in the back, and she heard that
She
Ryan
did it like she saw it live,
yeah,
didn't she? That Ryan
reacted.
liked-
she reacted to
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler winning, and it's always so wonderful. I think that was one of the things that really trialed throughout the evening and all of the speeches is the support of these this
Yeah.
group of nominees this year
Yeah.
around, which everybody of course always acknowledges the production and the team and the family and the support, which is which is needed.
Yeah.
Because you need to recognize that. But this year it really felt like the group of nominees supported each other
other's,
and really wanted to be
Yeah.
there for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it felt like a really communal
Yeah.
communal
also just
experience
think-
this time.
It's so nice to see when someone like Wumi wins.
Yeah.
And it's for a role that is a horror role. So it doesn't get necessarily,
Yeah.
horror doesn't get recognised. She's the first, I think, I saw, again, forgive me if I've misquoted this, but I saw something like since 1969, it's the first time BAFTA's really awarded a horror film quite as prevalently as they have done.
Do you
So I think
think
it's just really exciting for everyone to see people are beginning to get recognition for parts like Wumi's.
like Weapons is horror as
which
well.
is they got a nomination for Oscars.
And she's-
Amy Madigan.
Yeah,
Madigan?
and I believe she won. What did she? She won either the People's Choice Award or the Critics'
I
Choice.
think she got critics.
Did she got crit? Yeah. Which she's the one who Variety is predicting to get that award as well.
Oscar.
Which will be interesting. But then also on a side note, I don't view Sinners as a horror film.
No, I see what you mean. It's
I
more
don't like
Southern Gothic.
Well, it's like it's categorized as a horror film because of course you have like the gore elements and there's a lot of violence within the film. But I wouldn't view it as a horror film because the core is not horror. It's more about, you know, that everything that's not that, which is why I think it's gaining that amount of recognition because like we said before, it was like if you look at the poster, of course you see Michael B. Jordan who's like ready to fight. She looks very serious, and that's what I went in expecting to see.
That's only like half of the film, though, isn't it?
I'd say not even.
It's the final act. He's dressed like that. The rest of the film, it's like you said. I think people see the genre horror and immediately jump to things like The Exorcist and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
When I don't think that's what horror stands for.
There can be a whole
anymore.
spectrum of what is horror as well. Like also the vampiric elements in that. They had, I mean, technically it's gory, it's got adventure, it's got, I don't know, villains, but it's also got music, it's got soul, it's got, I don't know, it felt like almost probably a mix of genres. Just, it had that element at the end, but the first, 2 acts of it was just a really beautiful, interesting film with interesting multi-layered characters, with interesting music, with interesting plot. And I thought that, because I'm not really a fan of horror, to be honest, but I feel like that is what gripped me in. And then I was really invested in the last part, which I probably wouldn't have gone in excited to see a film if I thought that was the whole thing.
Exactly.
You know, but it had me like hooked.
I agree.
Yeah.
I also think it's an interesting film in how it's structured, in that the sort of epilogue sort of end mid-credit scene is actually kind of the climax of the film.
Yeah.
In that you finally get this sort of really cathartic moment, acknowledging that the horror element is also not something that people have wished for in the film. Like, it's all sort of been done against their will, and it's been left in this sort of situation where it's tragic. It's so sad. And I think it's way more poignant and hard-hitting. And I'm not dismissing I love horror. Love horror as a genre. I think it's great. But I also think it's really...
It's very multifaceted. And I think, like you said, like horror gets such a quote-unquote bad rap in the industry sometimes because of like the stereotypes, I guess, around it. I'm a big The Conjuring fan. I've seen every single The Conjuring movie. I'll go to see that. I like the Scream movies. I mean, very different end of the spectrum as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that there's so much more to horror, and I agree. It's nice that like those movies are finally gaining a little bit of recognition because at the end of the day, the tension that it can be created by quote unquote those horror elements, even though I would consider it more a thriller than a horror. But that also depends on your interpretation of what horror is.
For sure.
But I think it creates a like fundamental base for conversations that would otherwise be quite, you know, like I think the beauty of Sinners is that it gives you the thriller elements, it educates you, it tells you personal story, it's a representation of history and love and community and all of that. And then it has that like that horror and twist element, and then it creates this completely atmospheric world that I've not met a single person who didn't like was completely in love with it.
Transfixed.
Yeah. So, I mean, do we think
Weapons was funny?
I mean, I didn't go see Weapons.
Should we talk about this?
Yeah.
It's actually, I don't even know what we were doing, but Kitty and me were hanging out one day and we booked tickets to see Weapons when it was still in theatres in the morning, I think. And then
it was like a mid-morning.
And then I don't know, we did something, whatever, and then we got to the station that was close to the cinema, and I think it was, we looked at the poster or something, and you were like, wait a second, is this a horror? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, So then we looked at the trailer, and Kitty was like, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that. So we like got all the way there, and I was like, hey, right.
I saw.
It's just like,
do you know
that one scene, isn't it?
I want to clarify because I've just said I love horror. I have a really weird relationship with horror where I think I love psychological horror. Like I will happily watch that.
Like the atmospheric.
Yeah,
horror.
it's like I love Midsommar. I
Yeah.
love The
Yeah.
Shining. Like The Shining is one of my favorite films
The
ever. But I have a real problem with gore and with depiction of injury.
Yeah, weapons is.
And I watched the trailer, and there's a scene where someone is stabbing someone repeatedly in the face. And I just suddenly thought, I had a flashback to when I watched Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, where I literally hid under my coat having a panic attack.
Oh my
But it's
god.
like, same with The Long Walk. I can't.
I was
going
gonna
to
say, I remember when you came out of that
Yeah.
being like,
I
there's
was
a
like,
scene.
I'm never seeing that ever again.
Yeah.
So I have a real problem, especially in the cinema,
Yeah.
because I feel very trapped and that I can't escape. Whereas if I watch it at home,
It's
I feel a little bit more
different,
safe.
yeah.
So I will watch Weapons,
Yeah,
and I
it's-
know
yeah.
I know I'm probably gonna love it.
Yeah, you're gonna like
but
it.
I think it's
yeah.
more because you obviously have the surround sound,
Mm.
and you'll hear the injury
It's the
in
whole.
way more detail.
Yeah, have you seen Warfare? Did you see Warfare?
No, because I knew I would have this problem.
I was going to say, don't see it.
Yeah, you
'Cause
need to watch it
even
at
I
home
was like,
then.
So I
"Ooh."
literally felt so bad. I was like, Luelle, I will buy you food. I will.
Yeah, I think we
can't."
went. I think we went home and we watched something really like light.
Yeah,
remember.
I think I can't even remember.
to undo the trauma that never
Did we
came.
watch Supernatural? Which
Yeah,
is really rogue.
That's not light, but
Which
yeah,
isn't light.
we watched Supernatural. True, because I was watching that. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
Ah.
just because I mentally, I didn't think
Yeah.
I would be able to cope.
Yeah, fair.
Um,
Should we move on with the BAFTA things? I think
Yeah.
otherwise we'll never get
Yes.
through.
Went
so
on a
then,
tangent.
actress in a leading role.
Actress in a leading role, Jessie Buckley.
Jessie
I just
Buckley.
love her.
Jessie
I know
Buckley.
she's kind of swept through awards
Yeah.
season and taken a lot, but I also just think
She deserves it.
She does.
I mean, again, everyone
Everyone
nominated
deserves
deserves
it.
it, but she, like, her performance was breathtaking.
Yeah.
Breathtaking. And also, I really enjoyed watching her interviews that she's done around Hamnet
Yeah.
and the production of it. And she's so, like, mesmerizing to listen to and wonderful, like, genuinely so wonderful. And she's such a sweet bean.
yeah.
She
Yeah.
seems like she just seems so wonderful, and I think she's, I think, like, I've been aware of her for a longer time, but I think, does it make sense when I say Hollywood maybe hasn't been?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because she's been quite like stage theatre, a lot of like indie productions and stuff.
Yeah.
And if you've seen her, she's always left an impact because of the way she is, and her energy is just captivating.
I think
Yeah.
it was The Lost Daughter that kind of started breaking her out into
Yes.
that
Yeah.
side of the industry
Yeah.
a bit more.
And
Yeah.
I have rarely been left so utterly speechless by performance, and she really, it's I mean, there's so many scenes within that film that it's just, she carries the entire world on her shoulders in that movie, and she does it beautifully.
And how Chloe Zhao would have set that up for her as well to shine, I think.
That's
They all just were like, everything was right. In
Yeah.
the right time, right place, right
Yeah.
people. Because even Paul, I thought his performance, there's a scene when he's like breaking down at the desk. It's right before he leaves to London. And I was just like, that.
Yeah.
I also thought he shone. I
Yeah.
thought everyone shone in that.
Yeah.
Did you see? This really made me laugh. There's a bit where someone's clipped the swimming scene from Hamlet and gone, this is an incorrect front crawl. It didn't exist until this period of time. This film is no longer historically accurate.
Please leave some things, guys.
No,
leave
but
some things.
they said it as a joke to take the
Okay.
mick out of people
Good.
who were like, "Oh, he had an earring. This isn't accurate." yeah. And it was just
Sometimes
like
I
this
think-
really specific
Yeah.
swimming crawl didn't exist. I
Yeah.
was dying. This
No,
is
okay,
so
fair.
funny.
No, but on that, sometimes, I mean, I agree that, like, of course, if you're doing like a period piece or you're doing something that's centered around a certain era of time, it needs to be to a certain amount accurate. But then also
Yeah.
sometimes leave film be. Not everything needs to be 100% perfect to someone who studied that exact period of time or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like just give people the freedom, as long as it's not A, offensive, B, relevant, like to the context of the story, or as long as they don't pull out an iPhone in Shakespearean England, we're fine. Does that make sense?
We're not in the 1600s.
No.
Like, we can't get everything to be
Sometimes-
accurate.
Sometimes I hate that social media is, I think it does both for film. It showcases the magnificence of film, but I think it also sometimes really highlights the toxicity of that community in that industry
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, I agree.
Where it's like any like I guess interpretation of something, if it's something that isn't like I say this very carefully because as long as it's not offensive and crossing a line,
Yeah, of course.
but it's just like, I mean, for all I care, the Starbucks cup in Game of Thrones,
Funny.
right? But some people really got aggressive behind that and like
I
scrutinized
know.
it, and I'm like, okay, yes, it's a multi-billion like
They should, to be
production,
fair,
million
should've.
probably not billion, but like you should have removed the Starbucks cup.
Yeah.
But also it's funny.
I think it's funny.
really funny.
Also, just own it,
It's
because
really
if you're
funny.
weird about it, that makes it worse. And I think
Yeah.
people get
Yeah.
more upset.
And I
Yeah.
also
Whereas
think,
if
Also,
you're
let the
just-
man wear let him have an earring.
and also
cares?
with Hamnet, because
that
I
point.
read the book only a few months ago, and I know Maggie O'Farrell was really heavily involved. Perhaps she was even producer actually on this film, and she even has a whole extract at the back where she was like outlines the lengths of research she went to for this, the archives, the collectors, the curators she spoke to.
It's what Lucy Rose Leonard was saying, who we had on recently, about the like all of the research that went into the costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, and then there will,
Yeah.
but like what I think then sometimes happens is that someone goes, "Oh, that color of brown didn't exist." I'm like, shush,
Yeah.
shush.
It's to evoke
Shush.
if the audience goes away feeling
Right.
how you intended
But like it
to.
happens. Sometimes
Yeah.
I see videos like that, and they're
It's
like,
true.
actually, this color of magenta didn't exist because they only mixed this and that, and not that.
But
and
then
that.
they need to see a
Like,
documentary because
yeah.
this isn't going to be. This
This is a
is
piece of art.
Yeah.
It's an interpretation of a world that no longer exists because we've actually technologically moved on.
Yeah.
You know, we can only do so much.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went on a tangent.
That's
there.
okay. Let's go to actor in a leading role, because that was a
Yes.
bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
a bit like
ecstatic.
I think with Jessie Buckley, I think a lot of people have been just expecting
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet to win.
I don't think they were for the BAFTAs.
I
I
think
think they're
they thought
expecting him to win
Leo-
for the I
Yeah.
think Timothy Chalamet is the front runner as of right now for the Oscars,
Really?
or at least what a lot of people are predicting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if like the Variety prediction is predicting him. I'm actually not certain. But I think for the BAFTAs it was Leo
I also,
that people thought were gonna win.
but I also just think generally people have been expecting it to be the fight between Timothy and Leonardo.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the part.
Who else? So it was Robert.
It was Ethan Hawke.
See, I would listen. I've not seen the film, but I think it was 2 or 3 critics who said that they wouldn't be surprised if the Oscar goes to Ethan Hawke.
Interesting.
I haven't seen the film yet, and I really want to before the Oscars
Yeah.
happen. Because I've heard so much like just rave about his performance in that. I actually think. Wait, I think actually Variety is predicting Ethan Hawke as well, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of critics who are saying that they wouldn't be surprised if he beats Timothy Chalamet in that run-up.
Oh wow.
And a lot of people are saying that Michael B. Jordan might also beat Timothy Chalamet out of that running.
Well, it's interesting looking at the noms for BAFTA because
Yeah.
they do generally have more nominations. So they had, spoiler alert, the winner, Robert Arpaio.
Can I just say
yeah.
that I love that man.
Gorgeous
I
man.
love that man.
Such an Lord of the Rings elf
Such a
face.
Lord of the Rings
I
elf
just
face,
kept saying that.
yeah.
I was like, yep, he's
Yeah.
an elf.
Yeah, I mean he plays one, and he's
Looks
like
like one.
phenomenal. He played young Ned Stark in Game of Thrones
I
as well. He's
know.
been
Did he?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, he's been around for a
young
while.
shorty.
Didn't know that.
He's been around for a while,
Oh.
and I really don't think that he was expecting to win. I mean,
No,
this is
he really
the,
wasn't.
This is the big category,
Yeah.
right? This is the most competitive
And
category that
these
there
people
is
have
in the
been.
BAFTAs.
He's going against
Who
people
he-
who've been nominated multiple
Yeah.
Look who
times
he
as
was
well.
up against.
Yeah.
I would also have been like,
I would have been like, I'm happy to be nominated. I'm grateful.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
my kind of rogue I kind of wanted, and he didn't get a nom for Oscars, was Jesse Plemons.
yeah.
I was
For
kind of
Begonia.
rooting for him.
Begonia. I'm really interested to see how Begonia is going to do at the Oscars.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it didn't get any like awards at the BAFTAs.
Yeah.
No.
But I wouldn't be surprised if that wins something at the Oscars.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go as far as like saying, oh, maybe it will win Best Picture, but it's nominated, and I
Yeah.
actually think it stands a good chance.
It's nominated for not that much though. It's only Best Picture and I think score.
Oh, is it?
They didn't get that many nominations at the Oscars, which I think
See,
is why
I think the Best Picture is going to go to Sinners because
at
I needed to.
Oscars.
Yeah, I needed to. It's going to go to one battle after
I
another.
think it's
Shush.
going to go to
I know.
but like that to happen,
Yeah.
and I would be absolutely I'd be
Thrilled.
jumping around,
Yeah.
screaming. But
One battle after
I
another.
think Paul Thomas Anderson is
Yeah.
going to do really well.
But
which is-
listen, if
yeah.
Begonia would get it and would be like the underdog that nobody expected, I would be like, yeah,
thrilled.
okay.
I loved that film.
Yeah.
It was great.
Be like, right,
Yeah.
But
cool.
then going back to
Sorry.
Robert
I keep doing
Aramayo,
this.
After he won.
he'd already won BAFTA
yeah.
Rising
Yeah,
Star,
which I don't think he saw coming either.
I think I kind
Yeah.
of love the Rising Star Award
I love
So,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
because it has. It's kind of been memed and clipped around recently where there was the year where it was like Florence Pugh, Timothy Chalamet, Josh
Yeah.
O'Connor, and I think that kind of encapsulates that award in that it does weirdly have such a good knack for predicting who the next big star is going to be.
Well, also
Mia
the
McKenna
awards.
Bruce.
The award helps.
Well, yes, but then
Right.
also
Yeah. With
If
a
if
bit
you
of a
win,
pat- yeah.
it will. Of
you
course
look
it
at
means
who was
something.
nominated
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
thing, they're now all in some of the biggest films.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you kind of look at who was nominated this
Yeah.
year and you're like, oh, really interesting.
Yeah.
Rob Aramayo then wins. And then he wins
Yeah.
lead actor.
Actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was so, I
Yeah.
was like, oh my
I know.
God.
Yeah.
I didn't know if my thing had glitched and gone back a bit.
You're
I was
you're
like, wait,
sorry.
am I still alive?
I know. And
Has
Yeah.
that happened before?
No,
no,
I actually don't think so.
it
So
hasn't.
that's history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
know there was a lot of historic wins.
Yeah.
I
actually.
really do love
Ryan
that.
Coogler.
Yeah, Ryan Coogler, first black man to win original screenplay.
I mean, that
Um,
screenplay.
Also,
Insane.
is it Marty Supreme historic most losses?
Losses. Yeah.
11 losses.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rob Aramayo.
Yeah. It's just it's really wonderful to see quote unquote the underdog because I mean I think a lot of people know
Yeah.
who he is, but that means a lot I think for the industry, right?
Yeah, I do
It
too.
yeah.
yeah.
And I think it puts him on the map critically because I swear is a film that has done well in the UK, done really well. Oscars, obviously, because it's Hollywood, but nothing. But I think because of that room and the people in that room, it does then put attention onto these people.
Yeah.
Like I remember, and not that it's kind of in the same vein, but Chloe Zhao saying she always pays attention to a lot of UK casting choices, especially with Christopher Nolan stuff, because she knows a lot of them might end up becoming a big star. And I feel like it's that kind of same principle with
Yeah.
him winning Best Actor.
Yeah.
I mean, it could go the other way. Hope it doesn't because he's
No.
amazing. But
Phenomenal
I think it does
performance
put
as
people on the
well.
map a little bit for
Yeah.
the rest of the world to be like, oh, okay, what's this?
Yeah, 100%. It makes me think about. I remember her example because I grew up watching her on TV. But Mia McKenna Bruce, who obviously started
Yes.
off in like the Dumping Ground and
I know.
CBBC.
Classic, like
And she did
kids
some-
TV.
Yeah, and then she did some indie stuff. I think she did How to Have Sex
Which
and
she
a couple of
then
other
got
things.
her nomination
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then win.
And now look, she's in the Beatles. She's been filming in the
Oh,
Beatles
of
films.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in a Agatha Christie series on Netflix.
Yeah.
Her career has soared, and it's like she will always be as talented as she was before the award and after the award.
Mm-hmm.
But all it did was just give her that visibility, which she really well does, and
For
they all
sure.
deserve it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how like they were talented before,
Yeah.
but they're more seen after, which
Mm.
is a sad thing, but it's also an important and good thing that it goes to the right person. So I love that award.
It's kind of the weird thing of hating to want to be critically received
Yeah.
well, but then also recognizing the importance of getting recognition
Yeah.
Yeah.
because your peers are what elevate you.
Yeah.
And which is why I'm excited actually for the Actors Awards, because I think
Yeah.
that is such a environment where your peers are bringing you up. And also actually I kind of loved there was that moment in Rob Aramayo's speech
Oh,
where
the Ethan
he
Hawke
talks about
moment.
Ethan
Stop.
Hawke. And I love that because Ethan Hawke is such a big advocate for actors and for actors bringing each other up. He talks about Robin Williams quite a lot, getting him his first agent. And that moment, I think you could see someone
Did he not turn
tearing
around
up or
and said,
something?
this is
That's-
better than winning?
Yeah.
So
And I
oof.
think that encapsulates the importance of the atmosphere these
Yeah.
awards create.
What I also really love is that the Rising Star Award creates community between all of the
Yes.
everyone that's nominated.
Yeah.
Cohort.
Right, like a little cohort every
Yeah.
year, and I follow Posey Sterling quite
Yeah.
closely because I really like her and I really like the work that she's done over the last couple of months. And her and Robert did like a shoot together beforehand, and then
Yeah.
all of them did like the same red carpet interviews. Miles Catton, of course, also phenomenal,
Yeah.
and you know, like that's like such a group that has each other and that can
Yeah.
support each other because they're all up and coming.
Mm-hmm.
They've all
They're
gone
going
through
through it
similar
together.
journeys, you
Yeah.
know, and I think it can feel very isolating.
Yeah.
Especially if you're just about to start out in an industry that is so overwhelming, that has so many closed doors, that is so much about who you know, how you know them, etc. The UK is a bit more open when it comes to these things than the US, I do have to say.
Yeah.
But I think there's such strength in having these people who are going through the exact same thing, who are in
Yeah.
a similar stage of their career to
Yeah.
you, and
Yeah.
you know, that you really have someone who understands you at the table.
For
Yeah.
sure. I think a lot of the time, especially with actors coming into it, I think you've spent so long fighting for number one and for you
Yeah.
and advocating for yourself. And then I
Yeah.
think when you're put in a room with people who, you know, as like farcical as it is, you've all been nominated for the same thing. I think it's so lovely when everyone's like, oh my God, we're in it. We've all done this.
Yeah.
We've all fought for this. And
And
then
we've
I
been
can now
recognised.
root for you and
Yeah.
root for us
Yeah.
and root for us and our recognition and the fact that we've got here, rather than like for so long having to work so hard. I'm not saying they don't still do that, obviously, but I think it's a lovely little
Yeah.
respite and reminder that, you know, you're not alone in this
And
and
it's-
other people have done this.
And as an actor, like watching it, who's like years before even where they're at now, it's like it's so interesting because for an industry or a career that's so rooted in connection, in dynamics, in relationships, on and off camera, and stories and networking, it's actually such a lonely job and thing to
Yeah.
pursue. You're on your own, and
Yeah. And
not
no one
only
can do it for you.
and not only are you being critiqued by everyone, you're also so self-critical on yourself
sure.
because, you know, you're beaten back down to be a shell and you're like retrained from the ground up, and that, you know, sometimes that's necessary. But I mean, I also think it's so isolating and scary, and you really think that you are on your own and no one else really understands and no one else could understand, and then you get put in a room with 4 or 5 other people who have all just been recognised, and you've just had a bit of like, oh my God, I can breathe. Like this is
Yeah.
why I can just like bask in it for a second, and that's not a selfish thing to do, even though it
No.
feels like it kind
Yeah.
of could be, but
Yeah.
it's not at all.
No, it's self-interest that then you can have a community of people who have that same.
I also love that they always
work
bring back
ethic.
the winner from like the year
Yeah,
previous.
present-
David Johnson.
Yeah.
I know, we were like,
Love
oh
of
my
my life.
God.
And he's
I-
had an insane year.
Bestie.
Wasteman.
Wasteman,
The
I
Long
still
Walk.
haven't seen.
I know, I really
and I
need
am
to see it.
dying
I
to
need to,
see.
yeah.
Dying to see. It looks
Yeah.
great, and it has really good reviews as
Yeah.
well. I'm dying to see that. Yeah.
Well-
And also, one thing I do want to shout out that I haven't seen yet was it My Father's Shadow.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dying
called
to.
it.
Yeah.
I need to
You
s-
did.
I
You did.
called
see
it.
it.
I was
Yeah.
like, they critically in the UK are gonna go nuts for this because BFI have gone very
Yeah.
in on it.
Yeah.
A lot of the independent cinemas have been booking pre-BAFTAs, so pre-win. They're now probably going to be booked
Yeah.
till next Christmas, but
Yeah.
have been booking interviews, panels with the actors and the team behind this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The director.
And so when we were doing our little
writer.
ballot sheet, I was like, do you know what? I think My Father's Shadow's going to
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
Having
And their
not seen it,
speach
I
as
want
well
to.
was so talk about being grateful.
Oh.
Like I was tearing
I
up
know,
watching
yeah.
their speech.
Yeah.
I guess rooting on to the next one.
Yeah.
Best Picture,
Best picture.
Paul Thomas Anderson, one
yeah.
battle after another. Again,
Yeah.
he,
He
had a-
also won director.
he did,
Yeah.
and he won adapted screenplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had a
3
big
wins.
They had a big night.
Yeah.
Again,
Interesting, isn't it?
kind of a little segue. He in his speech, I thought, which was kind of funny, was like, "Let's all go to the pub,"
Yeah. Let's all
which
go to
again
the
is
pub,
like
yeah.
that lovely little communal atmosphere that we were
Yeah.
just talking about. But yeah, One Battle After Another did do well. I was saying before we started recording, what I think is really funny is a lot of our friends who aren't really in the film world as entrenched in it as we are have gone, why is this film that I've never heard about won?
Interesting
that
though, because
baffles
no,
me.
that
Yeah.
baffles me too, because I thought that was the film that everyone's heard about.
Yeah.
I know.
Because Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
People usually know
I
what the
know.
man's up to.
Also,
I know.
Tiana Taylor.
yeah,
Like,
Tiana Taylor.
do you know what I
even
mean?
Chase Infinity,
And she
like,
was nominated for the
yeah.
Rising Star, wasn't
She
she?
was.
Yeah,
she
but like
was.
even Chase Infinity has become within a short amount of time
Yeah.
such a staple name
For sure.
to me.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense? And the movie to me became really quickly this like best picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a quite similar conversation with a friend of mine, and she was like, "Oh, what film?" And I was like, "Sorry."
I had
Yeah,
3
yeah,
people
yeah.
in like yesterday just
Yeah.
say, because they came up to me to ask me about the
Yeah.
BAFTAs, as if I'm like the spokesperson.
Yeah.
And they were just like, "What? I've never heard of that. What
Oh.
the hell is this?" And I just
Yeah.
thought,
Interesting.
but then I thought, knowing my close friends,
Mm.
we do just live in the cinema.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I might have not the right
Yeah.
perspective on this potentially.
And I also feel like the way I kind of feel, we were talking about Sinners and how it's so multifaceted and not necessarily the road people were expecting it to go down, at least at the beginning,
Yeah.
based on the press for it. I kind of felt that way with One Battle After Another as well, to an extent, because I really thought it would just be like a big adventure movie and, lots of chasing and fighting.
Yeah.
But it had such a depth to it, particularly with Sean Penn's character and Chase, her character and their
Pinto,
development. Yeah, and also it's so funny.
Yeah,
Leonardo
it's
is so
so
silly in
funny.
it. You
Yeah.
know, you don't expect him to be the hero who's going
Yeah.
out to save the day. You don't expect the way his character is in the film to be
Yeah.
someone that could go. So it's just like you feel like you're just seeing, even though you know it's Leonardo, but you're seeing like a normal man in the context of the film just fighting for his daughter. And I don't know. I just thought, again, it's not something I was expecting.
Yeah.
So multifaceted. And
Yeah.
Sure.
I left just feeling like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I just was not expecting that. But it's
No.
so
Yeah.
good.
And I remember when it first came out, a lot of people, before it was hyped, I guess, to the film world, because apparently a lot of people don't know what it is, which I just still find funny. But I remember when it first came out, there were all these posts that were kind of going along the lines of, I hate to say it, but I think we've already watched our Oscar winner.
I'm not sure. I like a lot of people are saying it, but
Yeah.
I'm really actually not sure. I'm finding it really hard to say like with confidence that I think this is going to win.
Well, especially
Yeah.
I think the
post-BAFTA, I'm like,
yeah,
"What?"
the nominations are very strong this year. They're all like very different as well.
Yeah.
Right, they're all very different, I think. So we have Begonia, we've got
do.
One Battle After
Yeah.
Another, we've got Sinners,
Sinners,
we've
yeah.
got Hamnet, we've got, what else have we got? We've got
Train
Sentimental.
Dreams.
Oh, Train Dreams. I still
Um,
haven't seen that.
I
Neither.
just love that Nick Cave did the score.
Yeah.
Secret Agent. Also,
Oh,
F1.
Secret.
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
F1.
Is that a Best Picture
no
nominee?
shade to F1. Well, but,
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Best Picture.
Interesting.
F1.
Okay.
Frankenstein as well,
Frankenstein. Yeah.
which I recently watched, and
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see
think-
why that one
I-
makeup
Oh,
and
yeah.
special
Yeah,
effects.
and they
What's it
called,
called? The
makeup.
Oh,
Makeup, yeah.
They-
Special effects definitely went
it
to
was literally
Avatar.
called special effect makeup.
But I love that they were like, shout out to Jacob Elordi
Elordi.
for what was it, 10 hours or something crazy he
Yeah.
had to sit to become the
bless
monster.
him.
And you haven't even started
Um,
Bless
Haven't even
him.
started
Yeah,
filming.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be between. I can't say the word between.
Between.
So my German comes out. I think it's gonna be a battle between. One battle
A battle
after,
between the battle.
one battle after
Like it.
another. Sinners, Begonia.
Yeah. Do you think
Weirdly.
Hamlet for an Oscars? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oscars, I'm
It's
not sure.
it is definitely it's a nomination and it should be.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be mad if it wins, but I don't see it getting the
Winning.
nomination. Whereas I think Chloe Zhao is one of my like main contenders for Best Director
Yeah.
because I think that is going to be either her, Paul Thomas Anderson, or Ryan Coogler. I think those are the three for me that I see it like leaning towards the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like again all phenomenal. everybody in that. Is Joachim Trier nominated?
He is, and Josh Safdie.
And Josh Safdie.
I don't think he'll get.
No, I don't.
Safdie will get it.
No, I don't think so. I mean, Marty Supreme surprised me.
Yeah,
I
same.
really I was really surprised, which is why I think Timothée Chalamet stands a really high, a really good chance of getting Best Actor.
Mm-hmm.
But for director, I really see it going to my top runner is Ryan Coogler.
I would love.
Yeah. Also, haven't seen. I mean,
him to win.
yeah, I would as well, and it would mean the world to him. I think. Paul Thomas Anderson, of course, and Chloe Zhao. I think those are the. And I love Joachim Trier. He is one of my favorite directors. We were saying that earlier. I mean,
we're just going through a cinematography, being like, yep, love.
The Worst Person in the World is one of the most phenomenal films I've ever
Changed
seen.
my life.
Yeah,
I literally was sat there going, what?
Oslo's great.
I love that film.
Sentimental Value is
shouting
great.
Out the actor in that.
Yeah.
I think he's great. GP King.
Yeah.
Love that he's a GP.
I mean, they're all great, but
it's tough.
It's a really tough year.
I'm even more for that. I'm so excited for
Yeah,
it because I'm
know.
just like, I'd kind of be happy with quite a few. I feel like
Yeah,
whatever
it'd be
direction it goes
yeah.
in, I'll kind of be like, yeah, okay.
I'll be like, yeah,
you know?
I see the
Yeah.
value in this of having one.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, so I guess.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything that you're particularly looking forward to in the Oscars? I think what's interesting with the Oscars is they do have
Cinematography.
a couple more. Like they have original song as well as original score. You know,
yeah.
Cause
Original song has to go to Senate.
Well, Ludwig Göransson got score at BAFTA.
Wait, original song, is that going up against K-pop Demon Hunters?
I've got them
yeah,
here.
ignore
It
me then,
is.
that's going to go to
It's
them,
going to
isn't it?
Golden, which they performed at the BAFTAs.
Yeah, they did.
And what I find hilarious is potentially the British audience was maybe not the right audience for this phenomenal singing.
It would just kind of pan to them. They'd be like,
I know, and they'd all be like, well, it's like Cillian Murphy cam, which
Oh,
I thought was hilarious.
love
Like, the
Cillian
one time he
Murphy.
smiled was when Stormzy got his skips and
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
Jessie Buckley got
Yeah.
a win. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
she's Irish.
yeah.
And I just love him so much.
Yeah,
He's just
Yeah.
so like
phenomenal. He's so
dead
funny.
inside. But yeah, they were, singing their asses off.
And
with
I
this
also
song.
shout,
And
yeah.
the audience is like,
I know.
It's a very catchy song, I fear.
it is. I mean,
And that must have been
And I've never
so
listened
scary.
to it. I've
Yeah.
never listened to it, but I know the entire song.
Yeah.
I mean,
Beginning
oh
to
yeah.
end
They slay
by
it,
like
it's
just
hard.
yeah.
And also speaking of stories, like that hers is EJ, I think
Yeah.
he sings the lead in that. Her
Yeah.
story's so inspiring. So like
Oh,
to see
yeah.
her, that's such like a cyclical moment. Like now she's getting her moment.
Yeah.
Even though she was promised this when she was 15?
I know.
yeah.
And
But
also Jessie
is.
Ware's performance was, when they commemorated to everyone that we've lost.
Don't. I literally
And her
was crying.
singing, she's got such a beautiful way of just like honoring the text of the song and like not like there were moments where it wasn't even full pelt. It was basically like speak singing, and I was just like I was really listening to what it was like. She sang it like it was a monologue.
Yeah.
And I was really
yeah.
she was such a good choice for
She was.
such an important like
Yeah.
emotional
Yeah.
moment.
I feel a bit stupid saying this at the tail end of that, but I really wanted to see an Irish jig from the
yeah. Oh, do you think maybe the Oscars?
No, they'll perform "I Lied to You," which is the nominated song, because they usually do, right? They usually perform
Not all of them, but most of them usually. It depends
Yeah.
on what's nominated.
When was it when they had I'm Just Ken?
I was just thinking
Was that last year or the year before?
3
that
years
was
ago?
3
Because
years
that
ago.
was
That was
re-
Barbenheimer.
that was
year.
3 years
Barbenheimer.
ago. That's so
Yeah.
scary.
That
Was it
was
3 years ago? Is that a
what?
lie?
What is time? I
Something
feel
like
it
that.
I think that might be
it
a
was
lie.
3
I
years ago.
think 2, yeah.
Guess I don't know. They've
I'm
had
Just
some
Ken.
fun songs on there,
was-
so
Yeah.
I
maybe
love
they
I'm
could do.
Just
I could
Ken.
see the Sinners if they did that.
Because I was like, Jack O'Connell's there. Get him
Yeah.
on.
Give him a
Come
guitar.
on. Do a quick little,
Little jig.
what's it? Rocky Road to Dublin.
Yeah.
But yeah, do we know who's hosting the Oscars?
Yes. Yeah, it is Conan
Conan
O'Brien
O'Brien.
again.
I
Yeah,
I
Nice.
liked him. I thought
Yeah.
he did a really good job.
yeah.
But yeah, I guess all will be revealed.
All be
Will
revealed. And it's
And
it's
we'll come back
exciting,
and
isn't
talk
it?
about it.
And we
Yeah,
will.
we will be.
Excited about the SAG actors.
Yeah,
I keep calling them the
Actors
SAG
Awards.
Awards. It's the
Yeah,
actor
they're
awards
happening
now.
on Sundays, so they will have happened by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they will have just happened.
So future us.
Future
Enjoy.
will.
Enjoy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think that's it. Because
That's-
I'm not really looking. Is there anything coming out soon? Oh my god, I saw that in 2027. Apparently, we're getting a new Ice Age.
Yeah, I saw your
Ah!
message this morning.
I love Ice Age.
What,
I
like
love-
a remake of it, or
No,
are they
like a
carrying
new
it on?
one.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
good.
live action. They found mammoths.
Can you imagine?
They've
I
defrosted.
would like to. I would like to
I mean-
play. I would like to play that little thing that keeps losing his nut.
Oh, the squirrel.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
God, I need to rewatch that. It's
yeah,
been
me too.
years.
Yeah.
first
Oh my
one.
god, we should do an Ice
Do
Age.
you know what's really
evening.
funny
Yeah.
to me? Hear me out. The Ice Age trilogy. Here
Yeah.
I go.
I
I
love Ice
think
Age.
the first one
Mm.
is beautiful.
Yeah.
Sobbing. Such an emotional film. Obviously, it's still got the kids' elements to it, but it's
I like
such a
the one
beautiful
with the
film.
dinosaurs.
And then it devolves into like, okay, Queen Latifah slay, but also, why are there dinosaurs?
I love
don't
the
really
one
remember
with
that
the
one.
The
Oh,
dinosaur
that's my
one's
favorite
great.
one. It's when
really
they like.
funny.
It's when the I don't know what it's called. The nut thing. The squirrel. Is
Yeah.
it a squirrel?
I don't
I
know. He's a
can't-
flying squirrel.
He's a fly, but he can't fly. He keeps falling.
Doesn't he fly in
Does
the...
he fly?
He flies in the
don't know, I
dinosaur
can't
one,
remember
doesn't
at
he?
all.
I don't know. I think he's just.
Have I hallucinated that?
I don't know. He might be a flying squirrel. No, because I remember him
Oh
trying
no, he
to.
tries to. There,
and then
there
he
is a flying squirrel, and he can't fly.
Exactly, because isn't the
Got
flying
it.
squirrel like he falls in love
He
with
falls in love with her,
with the flying
and
squirrel?
she steals the acorn.
the
and
acorn.
then
It's
he
not a
tries,
nut. It's an acorn.
He
of
tries
course.
to fly. And
Yeah.
then-
Yeah, because it's
I remember that.
it's like he accidentally like
Cinema.
opens something, and then Sid finds the dinosaur eggs, and then he has the 3 dinosaurs, and then he
becomes a mum.
he becomes a mum, and then he like co-parents with the dinosaur.
Yeah.
I do have a vague. Which is the one when that's that little boy who gets lost? Is that the first one?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
first
okay.
one.
That's the
Yeah.
one I watched loads.
It's the third one. Like, is it the third one, the dinosaur one?
Yeah.
When Ellie's
Dawn of the
pregnant.
Dinosaur.
Oh, there's
yeah.
3?
There's
Yeah, the
5.
second
The one with
Is that already out?
The
Yeah.
5th one has aliens.
Oh,
my
I don't think
God.
I've actually seen that one.
The 4th one is the.
Is that the one with the grandma?
the
Sid's
4th
grandma?
one is when everything's melting,
Yeah, that's the one with Sid's grandma.
and then the 5th one is aliens.
I've not seen that.
I haven't either. I think
Excuse me, Prince Charles. Can we get this on the
Can we
schedule,
organise?
please?
Go to the Prince Charles and,
And
you can write on the board.
1 to 5, please.
Because they have a, submissions board. Go and write. Ice Age
Yeah.
forever.
Ice Age, yeah, please. Can I just have a marathon of the Ice Age?
There is.
I'm trying to think what else I'm looking forward
Shrek's
to.
coming out soon. Semi soon.
I'm
I'm-
looking forward to the Testament of Anne Lee.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
to, like-
How did we make the connection from
Sorry.
Shrek 5
Do you
to
know what it
Testament
is?
of Anne Lee?
My
You're like,
brain-
actually.
My brain was on a 5-second delay, and as soon as I'd already committed to saying it.
And we're going with it.
But
And
also Shrek. Yes, I love Shrek.
But yes,
I'm excited
Testament
for
of Anne
both.
Lee. I am excited for both as well.
her performance, Amanda's performance.
I was like, oh, okay. I'm really excited for the drama.
And
the
the
Robert
score?
Pattinson.
Oh,
and-
sorry. I thought you were saying the
That's-
drama of the
of the
Testament of Anne
Testament.
Lee.
I
'Cause
mean,
was going to say
yes.
the score as
Yes,
well.
but the drama, the Zendaya,
The A24
and
Robert
Robert
Pattinson.
Pattinson one.
I
When's
saw the
that
trailer
out?
for that. It looks really
Oh, when
good.
is that coming out? I think
Soon?
like soonish, May-ish. I think.
Do you know
I'm
what
not
I saw?
sure.
We'll be all over that. We need to go
Yeah.
together.
Big
Do you know what I saw
time.
the trailer for, and I'm a bit scared of
What?
the new Pride and Prejudice.
I haven't seen the trailer. Is
Oh,
it
I haven't
out?
seen the trailer
I
yet
saw the
either.
trailer, and I fear I'm too much of a Keira Knightley, Matthew McFadden purist.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to enjoy it.
I just don't think they can do it any better than the 2004.
And it's
2004,
it's
2005.
nothing against the actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel I watched it and I went, yeah, but that's not Matthew
should-
McFadden.
Yeah.
No, we should like not now, but we should talk about Hollywood's need to constantly remake things.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
I'd love to do an episode on that.
Yeah.
sometimes things are better left, but also sometimes I love when they redo them if they redo them good.
Yeah, if
Does that make
it's
sense? I'm still gonna watch that. I'm
actually-
still gonna watch Pride and Prejudice because
Oh
I'm very
yeah.
intrigued.
Also,
I
yeah.
also haven't seen the trailer yet.
But yeah, sometimes it feels like a bit of a cash grab,
Mm.
and then sometimes it feels like they've actually had a vision here, and
Yeah.
then it feels thought through.
Yeah. Yeah, or it's like a different, I guess, interpretation of it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
all for that.
It's really interesting because we're seeing such a rise in adaptations that used to be movies then being TV shows. So they're trying to stay more accurate to the actual like source material.
True. It's like Lord of the Flies at the moment.
Yeah.
First ever TV adaptation of the book.
But I quite like what they're doing with like Narnia at the moment because they're actually doing the
Oh,
prequel.
the Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, and it's not. They're not even remaking Narnia. They're doing the
No,
prequel
But
to it.
they've set them in a different time,
Mm.
which doesn't
Oh.
make sense with the rest of the Chronicles of Narnia.
But then they
Don't
must
get me-
have-
don't get me
separate.
started on this.
Yeah.
I've had so many deep chats with people about how the timeline doesn't make sense because
I grew up on those books as well.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I love Greta Gerwig, so
Yeah,
I feel,
I'm really intrigued.
I feel it will
Also,
be fine.
The cast is phenomenal.
It's
Yeah,
also
yeah, yeah.
interesting.
Is it Emma Mackey who is playing
yeah.
the White Witch?
Yeah.
Witch.
Or like the
Oof.
first witch.
I'm
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
obsessed.
It is the White Witch.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never get over Edmund throwing all his siblings under the bus for a bit of Turkish
For a bit of
delight.
Turkish, and it's Turkish light.
I
It's
get
even
it.
that nice.
I quite like it, but I don't like it if it's when it's authentic because it's not too like artificially sweet.
Mm-hmm.
There is really bad ones
I-
because
yeah.
after I watched Narnia for the first time, I remember that I think I don't know where we went, but we went somewhere and they had Turkish delight, but so overly processed in sugar. That I was
Yeah.
like,
It's basically a jelly
Yeah.
baby at that point,
yeah,
and you're like,
and I was like,
mm.
and then I had a really good one once from like a Turkish market. And I was like, this is what it's supposed to be like.
yeah,
And
yeah,
also,
yeah.
the whole point is obviously he's been living on rationing.
Yeah.
So hasn't
Yeah,
had
yeah,
any
yeah.
sugar probably
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
So I do feel
There's a deeper.
you know, there's like actual context, but when you're a kid watching it, you're
Yeah.
like, Turkish delight.
It's Turkish
Yeah, you're
Delight.
like,
You know what's funny? Because I grew up in Amdram and they did a musical and there's a song called Turkish Delight and it's like Turkish Delight.
Oh.
It's really out of pocket.
And
It
on
kind
that
of doesn't
note,
work. And on that note, well, yeah, I
thank
think
you
that's
guys for listening.
yeah. Thanks so much for
Yeah.
listening, and we'll see you very soon.
Yeah.
I'll be like, thanks for watching the episode. Listen to us chat about toast, and then I'll put
coffee.
in our
And then
fake
it's me being
intro.
like,
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Is this Coolio.
Amy, can you talk into your mic, please?
Ah.
Yeah, your mic is fine.
Posture.
Oh.
Oh, I just cracked something really deep into my ribs.
We love a DIY. I was about to say orthopedic surgery, if that's not what that is.
Orthopedic?
What do you
No.
call it when you crack? The...
Yeah, I was like, DIY orthopedic surgery. No, please
not
no.
that. No.
Should I crack my neck?
Oh my god.
I'm so
Woof.
scared of
That's
that.
horrific ASMR. horrific hellscape ASMR.
Well, I don't know who taught me this, but when I was a kid in primary school, somebody once taught me that if you like crack your, and I know this is such bullshit, if you crack your back and then roll your eyes are going to get stuck in your head. And that terrified me for like, because I was like, what, 5? And that terrified me for like a year and a half. And I was terrified of rolling my eyes. And when I would accidentally do it, because I roll my eyes quite a lot, then I would always get really scared that they would be like stuck in my head.
Funny.
I don't know.
How would you even fix that?
I don't even know if that's a thing.
I don't think that's possible.
I don't know if you're like, I don't know.
Debunked. You
Yeah.
heard it here first.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's just because I rolled my eyes so much that people just try to like get me to stop rolling my eyes at
Well,
everything.
I guess the equivalent here is if you go cross-eyed and the wind changes direction, you'll get stuck like that.
Yeah, classic.
That's what my
Classic.
nana always. Anyway.
Is that so? It's like just like a saying.
I think so. Yeah.
I think
I
it's
do
to
roll
stop
my eyes a
kids
lot,
being
so-
passive aggressive. So hi
Yes.
everyone.
Hi guys. Hey guys.
How we all doing?
So good.
This is my 3rd coffee without breakfast, so I'm a bit.
Oh, I
yeah.
know. I low-key love it when I do that.
I do too.
I feel like
Sometimes
I'm like on top of the world.
sometimes. At the moment, my stomach's a bit funky. Because I'm a
Health,
sensitive
guys.
bean.
Health as
so
well.
I don't think my stomach is loving it, but that's okay. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm kind of vibes.
Yeah.
I haven't really had a coffee or food today, so I'm kind of just running on vibes, which is kind of doing well for me.
We've got to do better.
How are you?
Yeah.
I'm great. I had toast.
Yeah. Love toast.
Review
Can I-
your toast out
Yeah.
of 5.
How was your toast?
It was actually really fancy.